Pew pew! Pew 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 pew!
Peter, please.
Hey guys, this is pacov. Vlad and I have been doing a lot of duo queuing lately for trying to get our elos up. We're both floating around 1400 right now. This was our second to last game from yesterday. What you'll see here, or in this particular game, we had a really god-awful Riven, a kind of awful Shyvana, a workable Annie, and then Vlad and myself, and we got a lot of the work done. But the problem with this game was that our team really wanted to drag this out. If you look from the money at the very top there, I mean, we're substantially ahead of the other team. We were spot on for getting dragons. I think we've gotten every single Baron at this point in the game, like 3 or 4 of them now, and we're setting up for the very last one at this point. Now, what you're going to see here, it's a good example of peeling. It's also a good example of how dumb players can cost you the game. We were very close to losing this one, and their team helped us win, and our team tried to lose it. What you're going to see here is that we're going to very quickly lose our 2 tanky characters. One just because he's an idiot, and the other because he tried to help the idiot out who did something very foolish. So we'll run this kind of slow, and I'll stop at points here to call out a few things. So as you can see, we're setting up for a push onto Baron, getting some wards in place, checking around. I think our entire team just got killed off not too long ago with like maybe 1 survivor, so we lost our oracles and didn't repurchase. And we know from what we've seen on the map that they're all kind of lurking in this area. Now, stop right here. As you can about to see what's going to happen, Riven's about to get destroyed. He walked by, was in brush sight, clearly would have saw Darius, but instead decided to just kind of continue on his merry way and so on. So this is actually the start of the engage where our Riven gets caught. As you can see, the rest of the team's funneling in slow. So what they have is 1 damage dealer, 1 tank, 2 tanks in place. So what you're about to see is predictable, but again, this engage gets forced on because of our glorious Riven. So step it through. He's pulled. Our team is like, oh shit, and then we have to move into respawn. Riven just gets gutted. Vlad starts laying down some damage, and before you know it, boom. So now at this point, Riven has been destroyed. This is where their team makes a pretty big mistake that actually costs them. Well, it's going to come close to costing this engage. Now you can see Shyvana is still engaging against their 2 damage dealers. Us not having any damage dealers close enough to do any real damage. So right now you've got Annie kind of peeling a little bit. I'm like right in the thick of things, but I see that everything's going to go down on Jack, so I'm going to move in position to try to help him out. So right now you're looking at 2 damage dealers on their team out of the way. Our 2 damage dealers are up towards the top and further. So really, I'm kind of right in the middle of things between with Darius here. Anyway, let's just continue on. So Vlad's going to put a little distance in between himself. As you can see, Shyvana's just going to get destroyed. So right now, at a very critical moment, as you can see, Annie just lays out a huge amount of damage. But it's a 5v3 right now. So they've got their delightful, still got plenty of spells available, nothing on cooldown outside of her grasping roots. Twitch fully ready to do some damage. And we've got pretty much everyone converging on Annie. Okay? And that leaves me and Jack, where I'm dealing with him trying to help peel for him so that he can stay alive and actually finish this, because he's going to be the guy who's going to win the engage for us. So as you can see, Annie, and she's about to become invulnerable after she casts her little tibbers. So boom, right there. They're still laying a ton of damage on her, but they're both way out of position. They can't do anything to me or Jack, and their only possible target here is Annie, and she drops Darius. So right now, it is a 4v3 with one of our guys about to die. We continue on. I want to call out what happens here with Nautilus in a moment. Nautilus is going to try to continue to stay on Jack to keep him out of the battle, and I move in to block for him just by getting directly in front of him. So boom, I block that so he's able to continue uninterrupted. Our Annie's trying to piss off, so now Not's done. These two guys are just way out of position and way far back, not really doing anything all that useful for the team, and as you can see, they're not even close to attack range at this point. We continue playing on. She moves in and fixates on Annie, who's guaranteed to die. Vlad just starts picking off Leona. Then we're going to switch immediately over to Twitch. So Annie dies. Twitch just immediately gets destroyed by the damage output from Jack, where I steal a kill, I think. Leona can't do anything. And now, going down from a 5v3, it is a 2v1 in our favor, with pretty much no way she's going to get out of this. So we just continue playing on. Little heal there. Jack spams some damage. I'm going to stun her in just a moment. And then he's just going to latch on the remaining damage, and that's it. So, because of the way they chose to do their engage, there was really no hope whatsoever. We were able to make a nice comeback with our incredibly terrible teammate and get things done. But, I mean, that's about all there is to say it. So we end up winning the game after this, locking it down, very exciting, making some pushes, we take out the inhibitors and so on. But I guess the main point is that this team was awful. Our team was a bunch of people who were bitching. Vlad and I muted a few of them. There was a lot of gloom and doom. There's no way we can win. Our Riven was just remarkably bad, making poor decisions. She refused even to get into 5v5 engages. She'd wander off and just kind of do whatever, which meant she's actually the reason this entire game got drug out so long, because as you can see, we had a pretty big advantage. But the way she wanted to approach things resulted in us not being able to finish, which resulted in them being able to get better kits, which could have cost us the game. But because of that final engage right there, that gave us a big advantage, let us get Baron, and let us wipe the rest of the game. But this game could have been over in like 20 minutes. But shitty teammates equals not so good, not much you can do. So that's it. Thanks for watching.